Location, location, location. If you've ever looked at a map of Chicagoland and thought, wait, why is this suburb crushing it? And that one is just kind of existing, because here's the truth. Not all suburbs hold value the same, even when they're 5 minutes apart and both have similar homes from the exact same builder. And in a market where the Chicago Metro is still trending upwards while some areas of the country, home sales are dipping, the real game isn't just, did prices go up? It's which towns hold value when the market cools, rates drop, or life throws curveballs. So today I'm breaking down why some Chicago suburbs hold value better than others, and I'm going to use real examples from areas that I've featured in my videos before, such as Downers Grove, Naperville, Elmhurst, Wheaton, Glen Ellyn, Hinsdale, and a few others. Let's get into it. First and foremost, real estate value is not just price. It's demand strength plus supply limits plus lifestyle utility over time. When a market is hot, almost everything looks good, but when buyers get picky because of rates, taxes, inventory, and job shifts, the gap between suburbs gets pretty loud. And the data backs up what we see on the ground. Different parts of the metro behave differently, and even within strong communities like DuPage, Cook, and Lake County, you'll see price trends and demand metrics that fluctuate month to month. So here's the framework I recommend utilizing before you buy, sell, or invest in real estate, and the stats in this video reference average prices of detached single-family homes, and the neighborhoods matter a ton. I'm revealing my 5 pillars of value, and when suburbs consistently win in 3 or more of these 5, it usually holds value better, especially in choppy markets, and they are demand anchors such as schools, jobs, and safety, commute flexibility, so access to Metra train and highways, lifestyle premium, what's the walkability like, the downtown areas, the parks and recreation, and then the housing supply, specifically looking at scarcity, zoning, and build-out opportunities, and then the taxes and government, not just cost, but the stability. Let's look closer at how these create community value. Now, demand anchors are the no matter what, people still want to be here factors, such as schools, jobs, and safety, and not because everyone looking to buy a house has kids, but because great public schools, access to jobs, and a safe environment are a huge demand engine and a catalyst for home appreciation. A perfect example would be my hometown of Naperville, Illinois, consistently ranked as one of the safest cities in the country with 2 top public school districts in the country, a corporate corridor access, and a strong family lifestyle. And here's the underrated part. These factors aren't just ratings. It's everything to do with the community behind them, supporting school extracurriculars, neighborhood stability, and business growth long term. And the numbers show steadiness. So Naperville's average sale price is around $780,000, up about 11% over the last 2 years. And business continues to invest in the community with new developments and job opportunities popping up. These towns tied to demand anchors tend to have consistent demand, stronger competition for homes, and less dramatic price softness when the market slows. In Chicagoland, commute convenience is basically a form of currency, meaning your location still works if your job changes, your schedule changes, or you go from remote to hybrid and suddenly are forced to remember what traffic is actually like. So areas that offer a clean shot to major highways, the Metra train, or realistic airport access tend to get way more attention, especially from a home resale perspective, as potential home buyers want less time in the car and train and more quality time doing the activities they actually enjoy doing. Downers Grove is a great example of a suburb that fits this profile. It's not just nice houses, but it's highway access and commuter convenience. And demand exists because there are 3 train stations in town, Oak Brook borders to the north, and highways on 3 sides of town. Just look at the 2-year appreciation of 17%, and typically homes sell at nearly 100% of the original asking price, which tells me competition is high and multiple offers are still a thing here. To reiterate, suburbs with Metra access, proximity to expressways, easy airport access, and multiple job corridors nearby tend to stay liquid, because even if someone changes jobs, they can still justify the location. What matters more than people are willing to admit, the suburbs that win long term are the ones where a commute is still possible when life happens. Now this is the one that's been quietly separating good suburbs from elite suburbs. It's walkability, downtown energy, and amenities you can actually use. This is the invisible value people miss when they focus solely on cost and are unfamiliar with the resources and vibes of the community, which is why in this competitive market, it's imperative you work with a real estate agent who actually knows the community, does business there, and can provide that in-the-know insight on these things. If that's what you're looking for, then give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email so we can connect on a call to discuss your move, put together a plan, and you don't miss out on your favorite house. Now, when a suburb has a real downtown, restaurants that aren't all chains, parks you genuinely spend time in with events, farmers markets, live music, and the we can walk to places factor, people tend to highly desire those things and pay accordingly. Take Glen Ellyn, for example, small town vibes, big demand behavior. Lake Ellyn is one of the most beautiful areas in all of the western suburbs. It has walking trails, fun playground, and annual events held right in the park. Those factors have resulted in a 25% two-year appreciation, with demand to live in this area increasing each and every year. People don't just want a downtown with nice parks. They want one that feels alive on a random weekday and a park filled with kids running around while you stand there watching your little one, sipping a cold one in a label concealing koozie. Dad code. And here's a great way to tell if a town has great invisible value. If people visit for fun, then you'll know someone will always want to live there. And if you want more insight on this invisible value I'm keep talking about, make sure to watch my video playlist here for an in-depth exploration of the top Chicago suburbs, answering a lot of questions about what life is actually like to live in these communities. This might be the most important pillar that almost nobody talks about. How hard is it to add more homes to a community? Now, I talked about this in other videos, but downtown of any town is where the original homes are at and where most of the value is actually at in a community. As you get further away from the downtown area, homes will be built throughout the decades, with the newest homes in the outskirts of town. With that in mind, suburbs hold value better when supply is naturally constrained by built-out neighborhoods with limited empty land, stricter zoning, smaller teardown feasibility, and established neighborhoods with resistance to higher density changes. When supply can't expand easily, the town becomes scarce, and scarcity is a pricing engine, even in slow markets. So places like Elmhurst, Hinsdale, the downtown core of Naperville, and even Wheaton are places where tear-down economics, mature neighborhoods, and limited expansion keep inventory tight in desirable pockets. Meanwhile, suburbs with endless new builds or easy expansion can feel available, and availability tends to soften price pressures during slowdowns. Just look at what's happening in towns like Elburn, Oswego, and Plainfield. New home developments in the middle of nowhere without any infrastructure and downtown core. Only time will tell if home values will actually hold there. Not a knock on cookie cutter new construction. I think it fits a lot of different people. It's just different market physics. And my philosophy, if it's hard to replicate, it's hard to replace. And the one that everyone wants to argue about in the comments, property taxes. I went in depth about this in my Should You Leave Illinois or Just Move to a Better Suburb video, which you can watch right here. But Illinois has high property taxes relative to much of the country, and within Chicagoland, the burden and structure can vary a lot. But here's the real point. It's not high taxes equals bad town. It's, are taxes predictable? Are services good relative to the bill? Is there future tax pressure coming, i.e. a vote to increase taxes in order to pay for something? Because homeowners will tolerate taxes when they feel like they're getting something back in value. Schools, parks, safety, snow plowing, investment back within the community. What people absolutely hate is uncertainty, not just cost. High taxes aren't the killer, it's unchecked taxes that are actually hurting home values. And here's the part a lot of people miss. Even within the same suburb, two neighborhoods can perform totally different depending on school boundary lines, the walkability pockets, traffic cut-through streets, floodplain and drainage issues, and the housing stock and lot sizes. So if you're buying, selling, or planning a move this year and you don't want generic advice, you actually want micro-level strategy, I grew up here, work in these areas each and every day, and I've been told I provide great video content about these communities. So if you want my help picking the towns and the specific neighborhoods inside them that tend to hold value the best, reach out. We will put together a plan based on your lifestyle, and I'll tell you straight what I do if it were my money and my move. If you're curious about the cost of living in Chicagoland, make sure to watch this video here, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to stay informed. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later.